Pittsburgh Steelers break the longest preseason winning streak currently in the National Football League with a 20-12 loss in week 1 of the NFL Pro Season. And coming up later, I got my winners and losers from this week 1 matchup here. Got 10 winners and 6 losers to break down for you guys. But first, I want to break down the latest on Brandon Aiyuk because a lot has happened since I last talked about the Aiyuk situation here on the channel. So the big bombshell today from Jordan Schultz. From Fox Sports, says sources, 49ers star wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk recently had a sit-down meeting with Kyle Shanahan and others in the organization where, quote, some open and candid thoughts were expressed. The two sides have since restarted negotiations on a long-term deal, and there is some optimism that Aiyuk could remain in San Francisco. Now, the fact that Schultz and Pelissero and also Garofolo, by the way, from NFL Network, all came out with the same report at the same time was fishy to me, okay? It was very, very fishy to me because usually when you have multiple reporters reporting a story at the same time, that means a team leaked that story to those reporters, okay? And I was sitting there and I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting because the 49ers want this information out there potentially to get Omar Khan and the Steelers to up their price, which according to reports have not been enough. But Brandon Aiyuk responded to them with a very, very interesting IG post that we'll get to later in the show. But then Mike Mayoco from NBC Sports, he's a 49ers reporter for NBC Sports, had this to say on the negotiations. Aiyuk has publicly expressed a desire to play for the Steelers, and as much as they might want Aiyuk, they have been unwilling to provide the 49ers with their asking price of draft picks that include second and third round selections, according to a source. So, when it comes to the Aiyuk situation right now, what I think is that the 49ers are leaking this story just like they leaked the story about the Browns and the Patriots, and everyone was like, oh, it's over. And then they sent this one out again. And again, Steelers Twitter was like, well, it was nice while it lasted. Well, it's like, no, this is clearly manipulation from the San Francisco 49ers trying to get the Steelers to pony up some more draft selections or try to put in George Pickens or something crazy like that. And it's just not happening. All right? It's just not happening. And it seems like Omar Khan is staying steadfast with his offer. He's not budging. He knows the Steelers are the only team that Brandon Aiyuk wants to be traded to right now with the Washington Commanders out of contention. And he made it abundantly clear on his Instagram earlier today. I'm going to read the quote that he had earlier today. He said, "The Niners be in the media every day, LOL. It's 2 options out there. Pick one and stop dropping reports. Simple." So pretty much what Brandon Aiyuk is saying, at least in my interpretation here, is that the Niners keep leaking all these stories, and Aiyuk is like, I'm tired of all the bullshit. Either pay me my money, $28 million per year is reportedly what he's asking for, or trade me to the Steelers. Stop playing games. And I couldn't agree with Brandon Aiyuk more than that, okay? Because I'm sick and tired of the games that San Francisco's trying to play to try to get more from the Steelers. It's not going to happen. Omar Khan's staying fast. The Niners need to make a decision. Pay Aiyuk his money, which is the decision they should make, by the way, or trade him to the Steelers. Stop pussyfooting around. Stop going to these reporters leaking stories. Just make a decision, all right? We're all tired of it. So let me know down there in the comments section. Will the Steelers land Brandon Aiyuk in a trade? Type yes, type Y for yes, or N for no. This will be the pinned comment on today's show. So YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. Actually, we're going to be talking about our friends at Game Time here in just a second. But while I'm talking about Game Time, go down there and give me a Y for yes or N for no when it comes to Aiyuk. Now let's talk about our sponsor today at Game Time, which is the fastest and easiest way to buy tickets for the sports, music, comedy, and theater in your area. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat right on the app, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying tickets to whatever event you choose. So if you want to go see a Pittsburgh Steelers game at Acrisure Stadium this year, or a beautiful baseball game at PNC Park, or if you want to go to something else like a music festival or a concert or a comedy show, if you can buy tickets to something, Game Time likely has it on their app, and they have the lowest price guarantee on every single ticket to that event. All-in pricing is also included on their app, so you don't get slapped with crazy fees at checkout. We all know how much we hate it when ticketing apps do that. And then also, they provide flash deals, so you can get even cheaper tickets the closer you wait to the event. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time today. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS. That's one word, all caps, CHATSPORTS. Terms apply for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. So back to this preseason game here. And the Texans won 20-12. Steelers fought back in the second half. First half was very sloppy, going to the locker room 17-0. Wasn't the best showing from the Pittsburgh Steelers, but you know what, man? I'd rather have this performance and the Steelers look good in the regular season than what we got last year, which was 3 awesome games from the Steelers, and then they were terrible to start the season, getting boat raced in week 1 at home against the Niners. First matter of business here, Keanu Benton did leave the game with an apparent eye injury. So we'll keep you updated on the latest on Benton. He is slated to be a starting player on the defensive line for the Steelers as there's nose tackle this year. So hopefully it's nothing too serious, and hopefully he can get back on the field extremely quickly. So let's get to my list of winners in this game. I got 10 winners here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. First one's Payton Wilson. When he's out there, the guy is so full of energy. Even in the fourth quarter, when like the backups are in, he's pumping up his guys on special teams for making good tackles. I love the way this guy approaches the way that he goes about his job. He was flying all around. He did lose one-on-one in man coverage against the tight end, or actually I think it was a slot receiver in the second half in this game. But in the first half, he was unbelievable, man. He's going all over the place. He's incredible in run defense. I think that he's going to be a really good player, and he's going to get on the field extremely quickly for the Pittsburgh Steelers this year. Another player that had a really good showing here, I mean, no T.J. Watt, no Alex Highsmith, so Nick Herbig was your number 1 edge rusher in this football game. By the way, Julius Welshoff got the start at edge on the other side of Herbig, but Herbig was really getting after the quarterback. You can really see his plethora of moves. You can see his nuance, his ability to get after the passer. You can see how much he has really learned from T.J. Watt this past year, and he really got after the quarterback. He even got C.J. Stroud on a third down play to force a punt early in the game. Montravius Adams, the nose tackle that came in with the first team after Benton got hurt, had a really nice day, had a sack and a nice PBU on a third down to get the Texans offense off the field. So Montravius has had a really good camp, kind of a quietly good camp. I love his motor. I always have. And I think he's one of the best backup nose tackles in the league. So Montravius had a really good night. George Pickens only had 2 catches today, but he made the most of them, made guys miss, got first downs. And Pickens looked really good. He didn't have like the touchdown highlight play that he had in week 1 of the preseason last year with Kenny Pickett. But he definitely looked like George Pickens out there, and he looks like he's going to be a really legit receiving weapon for the Steelers this season. Calvin Austin III, another receiving weapon that had a really good day, specifically in the second half, was getting open, creating serious separation. And I seriously think Calvin Austin III can be a really valuable player for this team as kind of like obvious passing situation receiver. He's too small to be an effective run blocker on early downs, but as a third, fourth type receiver, he's really shifty. He gets open. He's a good route runner, underrated route runner, and he's good after the catch. So I think Calvin Austin III is valuable to this football team, and he showed that today. Jeremiah Moon, the edge rusher, got a sack in the second half, so I do declare him a winner today as well. Jonathan Ward, a running back, I think looked different than some of the backup level running backs in this game. Producer Coop, if we could push that next graphic there for Mr. Jonathan Ward. He's looked pretty darn good, man. He's finding open lanes. I thought he looked better than LaMichael Pirine. Kyron Johnson, another edge rusher that impressed me today, was really good in run defense. He was holding up his blocks very well. I think Kyron Johnson brings a lot to the table in terms of speed. He's very fast off the ball, and he held up in run defense today, and that's kind of his one thing that he needs to prove at this point in his career. He's kind of undersized, so he can get bullied against the run. Today, that wasn't the case. Daijun Edwards, the undrafted free agent out of Georgia, I thought had some really nice plays in the fourth quarter in this one. I thought he looked better than LaMichael Pirine and Aaron Shamplin. That's just my personal opinion, though. I think Edwards is somebody to keep your eye on throughout the rest of the preseason. And to finish out the list here, Dez Fitzpatrick had a couple nice catches today. He had a nice catch on a Yankee concept from Kyle Allen, who took a shot in the face and then delivered a strike to Fitzpatrick. He's had a good camp. He had another good day today, in my opinion. So make sure you guys click that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're getting close to 57,000 people subscribed to the channel. My goal is to get to 60,000 subscribers by the start of the 2024 regular season for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So let's make that happen right now by clicking that subscribe button. So we'll get to the losers here, and I don't like declaring people losers, but you know what, man? The winners and losers segment. Anthony Averett had a terrible loss against Tank Dell to give up a touchdown. I mean, he did not trigger off the ball well at all. It was a nice throw by C.J. Stroud, good route by Tank Dell. Those guys are legit starters, but Averett looked like a JV player out there going up against the varsity boys. I thought he played decently the rest of the game against the backups, but I think he showed what kind of class of player he is at this point in his career. Quez Watkins, I thought, this one's obvious. He dropped multiple punts today. There's no reason that Quez Watkins should ever receive a punt ever in his career again. This guy's biggest flaw throughout his career, he's always been fast, but as a quote-unquote deep threat receiver, he's always had a hard time tracking the football in the air. So I don't know why Danny Smith and the Steelers are like, let's put a guy that's had trouble tracking the ball at punt returner. Makes no sense, and it definitely showed today. Two terrible punt return reps from Watkins. I wouldn't expect him out there anytime soon. DeMonte KZ is another loser in this one because because KZ looks slow again, in my opinion. Now, I'm interested to see how KZ looks on the All-22, but he had an opportunity to tackle Tank Dell on that one that Averett gave up that ended up being a touchdown, and KZ's lack of speed allowed Dell to get into the end zone. So I thought his legs were gone at the end of last season. I wanted to cut him this offseason. It seems like the Steelers still like him, but he didn't really pay that off. Kyle Allen, quarterback, he was up and down today. I guess had some nice throws, but he threw an interception late, overshooting his receiver. He fumbled in this game. He was generally ineffective. He had a lot of inaccurate footballs. Didn't think Kyle Allen particularly impressed. Now, before you go completely crazy on me here, yes, I have Justin Fields on my losers list, but that does not mean that he's completely done or that he sucks or that it was all his fault, okay? I will say right now, the two fumbled snaps on Nate Herbig, who, by the way, I forgot to put on this losers list, so add Nate Herbig to this list. Huge loser in this game for botching two snaps. That's not on Fields. That's on the center. The center needs to get the ball in the hands of the quarterback. But Fields did throw a near interception. He threw an in route way too far, or out route way too far inside. Could have been picked. Van Jefferson bailed him out on that. He had one nice throw down the field on a Yankee concept to Van Jefferson. And then the rest of it, was nothing really to write home about. A couple sidearm throws was kind of nice to see, but lots of short yardage stuff. Definitely nothing that I would say propels him and puts a ton of pressure on Russell Wilson for the starting job. We'll see what happens here. Fields is going to have a lot of opportunities the rest of the preseason. Not too worried about it, but because he didn't have that explosive, dynamic performance tonight, he does make the losers list because of the expectations. And then Keanu Benton, obviously, because of the injury. You guys can also add Nate Herbig, who we forgot to add to this list, but Nate Herbig, definitely a big loser as well. Really hoping Keanu Benton is going to be able to come back quickly. He left the game early, might just be precautionary. It is preseason. For the love of Christ. So, you want to really make sure that this guy is available to you week one. So hopefully that eye injury is nothing too serious and he can get back on the practice field this week. So red pen time. Grade the Steelers' performance tonight, A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know down there in the comments section. Tonight, I'll give it a C, C+. Some good things. Lots of bad, though. Probably C-, honestly. They fought. They stayed in the game in the second half, but, you wanted to see your starters play a little bit better, I think, early on, and we didn't see that today. So make sure you guys click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Really do appreciate all of your guys' support. We have live watch parties for all the Steelers games this season. Every preseason, regular season, and postseason game, we're going to be covering it live right here on Steelers Talk. And if Brandon Aiyuk gets traded this weekend, we will be going live for 11 straight hours. So make sure you guys click that subscribe button right now to never miss a moment.